In the previous video, we made an array of ints and manipulated it with some methods. We'll do the same thing now with an array of strings. We have an array of strings. Let's make it size 5. And list of 0 is ace, 2 is king, position 3 is queen. So it's size 5, so it's got positions 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? That's the positions of a size 5 array. So I'm putting something in 0, 2, and 3. So make sure you understand I'm not putting in anything in position 1 and 4. Okay? They're positions with no strings. Let's go ahead and go through and practice that enhanced loop again in a display method. Okay? Let's go public static. It's static because we're inside the same class as the main. The main is static. Public static void display. What are we sending to display? We're sending it this array of type string. So it needs to get an array of type string. Let's call it AR. And again, I want to practice our new topic of enhanced for loops. The very last thing, lesson 19. So public, I'm sorry, I'm not thinking, for, and then what goes before the colon, what goes after the colon, and out.print something there. Okay, can you pause me and type this in and get it right? Sure hope you can. You'll have to on a quiz one day very soon. So the array is type string, so our variable is type string. We'll just call it string S. And the name of the array is AR. And S will hold the value at each position as we go through it. Compile it. And everything's good. Again, if we don't put the word static here, you guys have practiced at home, do the homework by yourself in BlueJ. I already know this. When you compile it, it says you can't call this non-static display method from the static main. So methods that are static can only call other static methods. Okay? Static is something we really don't understand yet, but we know that everything in a tester has to be static. All the methods do. Okay, let's go ahead and make sure this works. Okay, I didn't put anything between the words. Let me make that a little nicer. So plus a space, and that should look okay. Good. So the positions I didn't put anything in are null. When objects like strings or circles or students don't have a value and you try and display them, it may come up null. Null means nothing is there. What else is here? Another swap method. Okay. The AP exam loves swap methods, so I have to love swap methods. Public static void swap. Okay, what are we sending this method? A list. What is list? List is a string array. Called AR again, doesn't matter. And we're sending it two positions, position 0 and position 2. So int p1, int type, int p2. And that's same old swapping structure. This time it's not type int, but type string. String temp. Try to notice the symmetry in this. It's kind of the same thing forwards and backwards, sorta. Oops, temp. All right, did that compile? Good. Let's go ahead and display it after our swap. We're swapping position 0 and 2. So what's that? That's the ace and the king we're swapping. Okay, we're going to swap the ace and the king. Let's put a line break here someplace so we can see it a little nicer. Let's go to the display method, and like last time, let's display an out.print line after the loop is over. Okay, so whenever we just, in fact, we'll go ahead and do an extra line also. Let's go ahead and put our slash in there. All right, this should look good. Okay, so it was ace and king in position 0 and 2. Now it's king and ace in position 0 and 2. What else is in here? Anything else we want to do today on this one? Let's go a count method. Give us a chance to use another enhanced for loop. Let's count the cards in the list, okay? So how many cards are actually in the list? Well, it's size 5, but there's only 3 cards, ace, king, and queen. Remember, this size 5 is what the book calls a physical size, and the number of cards or strings really in there is 3. That's the logical size. That's some of the language, if you're reading the lesson, you'll come across. The physical size is 5, and the logical size is 3. So count cards gets a list. Now count the cards in the list. Public, static. Could you write the rest of this yourself? I sure hope so. Int count cards, and it gets a string array. Okay, again, the name of the array doesn't matter. We can call it cards. We can put CARDS there. It does not matter. We're counting something. Let's make a count variable. And skip an inch or so and return the count after our loop. And let's go for, can you write the enhanced for loop? Next quiz you have to. If something, count plus plus. Can you pause me here and fill this in? Be a great challenge. String, C for card maybe. And name of the array is cards. So if C is not equal to null, that must mean there's a card there. And go count plus plus, return count. So are we going to see a 3 on the screen? I think so here, right? Count cards 3. Let's see if this compiles. And run it. Good, 3 cards.